Hello there everyone, and welcome back on into the channel. Now, as of the time of me making today's video, it has honestly been a good 3 or something days, I think, since I've watched through episodes 11 to 15 of Ninjago Dragons Rising, obviously that being like the first half to the second half. Yeah, calling it that gets really confusing, but yeah, the first part for the second half of the season, if that makes any sense to all of you. You guys get what I mean, right? So I've watched through these episodes now. I've watched through all of them around about twice now, actually, I believe. Obviously, I had the initial watch, and then I rewatched all of them after, and probably by the time that this video is actually up there, I've probably already started rewatching some of them again. Just before, obviously, part 2 comes out in its entirety. So yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. But today I thought it would be quite wise if I sat down and just discussed all of my thoughts on these episodes so far, because I think now I'm in quite a good position to actually do this in a nice, fair and concise manner, because again, I've had a lot of time now, a good few days, to really soak up all of my thoughts, and when it's already been this amount of time and I've just sat down and watched them, no kind of outside opinion has influenced anything, then my thoughts are pretty concrete, to say the least. This is exactly how it went with part 1, for example, and my thoughts, guys, still the exact same. I love it so much. But without any more rambling on here, I just want to get straight into this. Do not want to waste any more of your guys' time. You're here to watch my thoughts on this, and I want to give you guys just that. So it's best to start off by saying right away that these episodes have been pretty loved by the community, but at the same time there has actually been a slight sprinkling of actual, I suppose, negativity regarding the episodes here and there. So to a slight extent, I mean, hey, not to sound dramatic here, they have been a little bit controversial, you know, just a smidge. They have been ever so slightly controversial. But again, that has calmed down a little bit now that the episodes have been out for a while. I haven't seen as much negativity surrounding them. But also, I wouldn't say that the negativity is completely unwarranted, and I think we're going to be getting more over onto that in a little bit in this video. But want my very brief thoughts so that you can click off today's video already? Well, don't worry guys, because I do have you all covered. Simply put, I liked these episodes quite a bit. They were very solid and were enjoyable. Okay guys, end of the video, see you all soon. Yeah, no, not really. But I did really enjoy myself when I watched these episodes. Now, I can absolutely understand why they might not have been everybody's cup of tea, and I say that because they all felt, I suppose, how do I put this? It's going to sound weird no matter what, but I suppose they all felt slightly disconnected from the main story, while also feeling extremely important. It's a very even blend of both, you could say, if that makes any sense to any of you. Every episode felt like its own little self-contained adventure, which to some, I suppose, could be a negative thing, but to me, in the case of this season especially, I think it's awesome. This way, we get a very nice insight into the merged locations and lots of different characters. It is just awesome. And as I was saying towards the very beginning of this video, I can see why some people may be a little bit negative towards that. But again, at the end of the day, I am a big fan of this because, again, that's what the merge is all about, exploring unique locations with the unique characters that live in those locations. So I like it a lot, and I like the idea of everything being a little bit self-contained, while also pertaining very heavily to the main overarching story. The journey of locating the energy cores was fantastic all around, I do have to say. The lava tides were fun. Wildfire was actually enjoyable in my books, which is something I know a lot of people may go ahead and disagree with right there. Nia and Sora's story was epic, especially the reintroduction of the Jin species. You know, just because it's me, I have to talk about this. It was such a nice touch. And yeah, I like the concept of Ninjago being able to return in some way. Sure, it doesn't really make the most sense logically, I suppose, but it is Ninjago at the end of the day. It's still a nice touch, and I just know that one day in the future we will absolutely see Ninjago as a whole actually return. As a Nadokkan and Season 6 fan, just in general, right, with both two things being like my favourite villain and my favourite season, I absolutely cannot wait for all of this to actually, I suppose, go ahead and happen. Again, as I said, I'm sure it will. I did also really enjoy Lloyd and Aaron's small story in episode 12. It was not anything crazy by any means, but I found it to be a fun, inoffensive episode with a nice twist towards the very end. When they also visited the Mother Garden in episode 15, Well, yeah, it was amazing to me. The snail people are so goddamn awesome. Rapton also had a fairly humorous moment there too. Very good stuff in general, nothing negative to say. Snail people supremacy, that's for sure. Now, with all of that being said, I think that's basically covered everything in a fairly brief way. I don't want to ramble on every single small detail, but for video's sake, I don't want to just bore you guys with all of the details, because ultimately, it's just my own opinion. You guys are not going to want to sit through like an hour video of me just talking about my own personal opinions, I'm sure. But, with this being said, again, how would I actually rate the batch of episodes we have just received? Well, ultimately, I'm not actually too sure. They were not next level insane by any means, but they were absolutely not bad by any means either, so it's kind of like in the middle. If you put them on the scale, it would be very, very even. I'd probably have to give them around a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10, which I think is a very, very fair score. Now, I don't want to make any promises here, but before I watch the last few episodes of the season, I'm hoping to make a video going over my expectations for the next episodes and just some of my hopes in general, because I do actually have a few worries here and there. I would do it right here in this particular video, but I have some things to say that are quite big, I suppose, and I think it would make a whole lot more sense if I just saved everything for its own clean-cut, precise video. It just makes a whole lot more sense, and it doesn't jam everything into this video. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my look at these new episodes and enjoyed hearing my own personal opinions. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Even if you agreed or disagreed with my opinions, I hope you had a fun time watching. And yeah, now that I'm done talking, I do turn it over to all of you. Feel free to drop any of your own thoughts on this down below in the comment section. If you made it to this point in the video, then I'm going to go ahead and assume that you enjoyed it, so please leave a like on it, it really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here or you just haven't done so before. Once again, it really helps me out and supports all of the content I put out there for you guys. And while you guys are down there, please do feel free to hit the notification bell so that you can keep up to date with all of my new videos as soon as I do post them on a frequent basis. And with all of this being said, guys, I will catch you all soon. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great everything, and I will catch you all for a new video soon. Goodbye, everybody. Take it easy. Goodbye.